In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to find a software developer and how to negotiate a price that works for them and it also works for you. And we're going to get started by going over exactly how to find someone. So the methods I'm going to be telling you, some you're going to be like, duh, this is pretty obvious. But other ones you probably haven't heard of before. And we're going to start off with the YouTube method. What you need to understand, and I feel like so many people overlook this, is that YouTube is the second largest search engine in the entire world, with the first being Google, and of course, Google own YouTube. So what you're going to do is you're going to type into the search bar keywords related to software, such as software developer, coding, building my first app, just a bunch of keywords like this. And what you can do as a top tip, go to ChatGPT and paste those three keywords in which I just told you, and ask it to give you 10 to 20 more similar to this. And the reason you're going to do this is you're going to find a lot of software developers documenting their journey. And the great thing is they may only be getting started running their agency, running their business, but they probably have like 5, sometimes up to 10 years experience coding behind them. Meaning that if you're able to find someone who's really good, but they haven't yet got their business off the ground, you're going to get a much cheaper price, but you're probably going to get the same level as quality of working with, a top agency. And this is why it's extremely powerful. And another thing what you can do on the YouTube method is, so once you've typed in your keyword, in the top right corner, you're going to see a filter button on YouTube. Click onto it and then filter for this week and this month. This means you're going to see all the recent videos. From here, if you see someone and you're like, okay, this guy's pretty good, simply all you're going to do is go to their description. They may have their email, they may have their Instagram account, LinkedIn account, and you can simply reach out to them and, start a conversation with them, start understanding how they are. Which brings me on to the next methods, which of course LinkedIn, Instagram, you can also do Twitter, and it's just going to be the exact same strategy. You're simply just going to paste in these keywords into the search bar and tons of people are going to come up. But compared to YouTube, what all these other platforms have, these other social media platforms, is that they have a message feature, meaning you can directly message them from whatever you find them on, so Instagram, LinkedIn, X, etc. And you can start forming conversations with them there. And this is really powerful to do because you need to get to know them and ensure that they're on the same wavelength with you. Another great thing you can do, and of course this is going to depend on really the stage of business you're in. Thankfully for me, because before running Fusion AI, which in case you don't know, so I'm the owner of the world's first all-in-one AI content tool. So essentially what we've done is we've built an AI editor, AI script writer, competitor analysis, tons of other content tools into one software called Fusion AI. And it's essentially meant for you to not need to hire an expensive content team or pay for like a bunch of other softwares because you have it into one. And because before this, I was running my content agency, I had a pretty good network of people. So when I was trying to find developers to build Fusion AI, I was able to reach out to them and be like, do you know anyone who could potentially be good for me? Meaning I have even more choice, which is really important because it gives you that level of leverage. Because, when you're trying to negotiate with people and you may only be speaking to one developer and you really want to go ahead with this project, you're going to be pretty cooked if, because you have no one else. You're going to kind of have to do what they say. But if you have like 5, 7 other options, you can be like to them, okay, you don't want to charge me the price which I'm comfortable paying, that's perfectly fine. I'll go with someone else. And this is why it's really important to try and find as many ways as you possibly can to find new developers. Try and get like 7 to 8 who you're speaking to so you can really understand who's the best and who's going to get the best bang for your buck. So now that we've covered these, you can also go down a more traditional route, which I'm sure you're obviously thinking, like just typing into Google, software developer agencies, coders, whatever it is. The one thing I will say with this, because we actually found too, they're so much more expensive, and because a lot of the times they're pretty established businesses, unless you're going to be prepared to pay, multiple 6 figures, a lot of the time they're not really going to care about you. They're going to care about their higher paying clients. And this is why I'd strongly suggest going about the other routes. And by the way, I keep looking at my laptop because it's where my notes are. Going about the other routes because you can find someone who's just starting their business journey and they really want to crush it for you. So now you know how to find people. Let's speak about what you should do before committing to them. And firstly, it's going to be speaking with them. You've got to make sure you actually like each other. There's nothing worse than working with someone who you don't like. And especially when it comes to software, think about it. Like, if you're prepared to almost be paying, or sometimes even more, 6 figures, and you're going to be working with this person, let's say 7 to 8 months for the first development of your software. Imagine if you don't like them. That's a very, very long time to be working with them. So before I actually started working with my developers, we had 5 meetings. And these aren't just 20, 30-minute meetings. These are an hour meetings at a single time. So before I even signed with them, we had 5 hours worth of speaking time on Zoom. But that's not it. I also spoke to them on LinkedIn, WhatsApp, just text messaging. So it's probably realistically a total of 6.5 hours worth of speaking time, because it's really important to me that they were aligned with my vision, they had my core values, they were hardworking, and they wanted to actually deliver me the best possible product they could. So it's really important that you're speaking to these people for a long amount of time to understand and really ensure you're on the same wavelength and you want the same things. So I'd strongly suggest doing multiple meetings with them, because it's not just like you're working with an agency, you're about to go pay, or even a coach, you're about to buy a course for a few $1,000s. You could potentially be paying a few $100,000, and you're going to be with that person for a lot longer. So really ensuring that you get on with them is absolutely crucial. So let's say now you find your developer and you get on with them. How are you going to go about the payment methods and ensuring that you're fully aligned, both of you, not just yourself, but also the developer, on what you're paying for and what you're actually going to be getting? So this is where a scope of work comes in. And what I would strongly suggest doing is get your developers to make a scope of work, but also get yourself to make a scope of work, because this is what we did. So I basically made a scope of work, a timeline for Fusion AI of exactly what I wanted done, how I thought the best audit could be, what features I needed, how I wanted the UI to look, all this stuff. And then my developers did it. From here, we then got on a meeting together. We discussed each things. We made a few tweaks, saying like, sometimes my developers were like, yeah, this is good, but I feel like it's going to take too long. And is it really going to make a major impact on getting new clients, keeping new clients? And then they would present stuff to me and I'd be like, well, this is a pretty great idea. I don't particularly like this very much. So once again, it's a great way for us to get together, chop and change different ideas until we find a scope of work we're fully aligned on. And once we've done that, and we found out all the features, everything they're going to be building, we can then go with the price. Thankfully, because from my agency, I had a lot of experience with sales calls. At peak, we were taking like 8 to 12 sales calls a day, so quite a lot. And I did a lot of this selling, so I understood how to negotiate. I tried to wait for them to say the price. Thankfully, they did say the price to me. And to be honest, I was pretty happy with the price. So I didn't particularly feel the need to negotiate. I thought for what I wanted, their level of skill, they also showed me past work, which was absolutely incredible. I thought it was a fair price. So I actually accepted it. But what I ensured to do though was, in the scope of work, for there to be flex. And what I mean by flex is, let's say for this particular feature we've written down, as we further develop and we further understand what we're building, who we're serving, if I think it kind of needs to change, we need to further add something like, just a small thing to it, kind of remove something here and add something here, we're able to do that. So I was happy with the price as long as we had flex in the scope of contract, and we agreed to that. And this is something really important to do. Make sure you have flex in your scope of work. Like, ensure that you're not just fully stuck to that. Because the thing is that, as you're progressing along your software journey, you're going to be constantly coming up with new ideas. And you're not just going to want to be stuck with your original scope, what you wrote before the software was even made. So really, really important. Make sure you have flex, okay? And when it comes to paying them, so how you can do it is you can do half up front now, the second up front on delivery, assuming that they've delivered exactly what you've asked for and what you've paid for. Sometimes this doesn't happen for me, but I know other people, like the other software developers, who often charge, they often ask for it up front, but in return they maybe give you 15, 20% off. So there's a wide range of ways. This isn't for me to tell you how to do it. It's for you to speak to your software developers, look at their track record, find out, their testimonials, exactly how they're doing things in the past. And if you are trying to get a cheaper price, one of the best possible ways you can gain leverage, especially if you're working with a dev or a team of devs who may only just be getting started, is by writing in the contract a guarantee that you'll give them an amazing testimonial and you'll refer them to a few other people. So that's what I also said to my developers. Like, I have a really good network, so I was like, I'll refer you to X many people and let you use my software on your website. Something like that. It's a really great way for you to be able to lower the price down and ensure they're happy with lowering the price because they're getting something from you in return. So it's really, really important to consider. You see, like, there are some really great ways you can get the price lowered without having to decrease the quality or decrease the features. And from my personal experience, that's always by writing in the guarantee that you'll write them an amazing testimonial. You'll let them use your software on their website as a showcase. Just small things like that. And then the final thing before you start working together, and thankfully my mentor told me this because I probably would have gone ahead and not did it. Make sure you write an NDA, so a non-disclosure agreement. This way, they can't just take the idea, what you've given them, and go and make a software from it. It hasn't happened to me. I don't know anyone it's happened to, but I can probably guess it's happened to a lot of people. So make sure they sign an NDA. This is really, really important to do. And once you've done all of that, you're good to go ahead. And now it's just going to be you as the leader, as the visionary, to project manage. You can do 2 to 3 calls with them per week, sometimes even 1. It really just depends on what you think's best to do. And you can constantly just keep an eye on the software, ensure it's going exactly how you want. And in the meantime, because you have your developers solving it, you can then focus on the higher leverage stuff, your marketing plan, how you're going to get new clients straight away, what team members do you need to hire, customer support, all these different things. And you can have peace of mind that your software developers are building an incredible software because you followed exactly what I said. You found some great software developers using the methods I showed. You ensure you actually really like them. You've then agreed on a price, agreed on a scope of work, and now they're just crushing it, building for you. So yeah, I feel like this is everything for this video. If you are a content creator yourself, you're a business and you understand the power of creating content, because let's face it, at this point, no matter what you do in business, you need to create content. Feel free to sign up for our waitlist below for Fusion AI. So we're going to be launching very soon. Like I said, midway through this video, it's the world's first all-in-one AI content tool, and it essentially removes the need for you to spend thousands per month on a content team. Trust me, I would know. We would spend in like 5 figures a month on my content agency just on delivery. It's also going to stop the need for you paying for multiple different softwares because it's in one, and it's a whole lot cheaper than anything else, and it's the best. So feel free to sign up. You're going to be able to see further the features on the waitlist sign up page, and if it resonates with you, like I said, probably for the 10th time at this point, feel free to sign up. But thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. I hope you found this video really valuable, and if you did, feel free to subscribe. Thank you so much.